The best male hobbies according to women. All right, y'all. All right, y'all got to put a guess in the comments. What do you think is going to be on this list of top 5 hobbies that women like that men do? If I had to take a guess, I'm going off on a limb here. I'd say something maybe around having like some type of amateur sport vibe. Maybe you're on like in a basketball league, or maybe you do like some type of combat sport, like a martial arts. I think a lot of ladies will like that. Hobbies, maybe like carpentry. Like if you like to build things, if on a Saturday afternoon when you don't have to work, you enjoy building a shed in the backyard, maybe that's something that women like. And then you're able to fix stuff around the house. It looks masculine. I don't know. Maybe carpentry. Oh, and one more. I barbecuing. Bro, barbecuing. I've never seen a man that is in control of the grill that, number one, isn't very social. I don't know what it is about men who love to barbecue. They're always super social. They're always like part of the life of the party. But then also, number two, they're always very happy people. Like, you've never seen a guy who's working the grill be an angry person. I would assume maybe like barbecuing or something around food. Women would like a guy who had a hobby around food. Let's get to the video.
This video is sponsored by Simply Safe. There is no safe like Simply Safe. Can your hobbies make you more hot? Can they make you less hot?
Probably.
Recently, an organization called Date Psychology surveyed 840 men and women, asking them a series of questions to find out what the most and least attractive male hobbies are. And today, we're going to go through it.
I think what's going to matter is location. It depends on where they live. If this was a rural area, I think the hobbies that would be found attractive would be different than ones in the city. I think it'd be a little bit different.
We're going to look at the least attractive hobbies. We're going to look at the most attractive hobbies. And let me warn you now, guys, some of these hobbies on this list are going to upset you. And some of these hobbies on this list are our hobbies. Number 10, least attractive hobby that a man can have according to women is
anime.
Makeup.
Yeah, am I missing something? Is that widely practiced? Are there guys out here doing their makeup? Is that what guys are doing as a hobby? Would men even consider that to be a hobby? And the only guys that are doing their makeup are the guys that maybe women look at on TV and they like how those dudes look. They don't have a problem when they do it. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. I don't know. Makeup. I just wouldn't have thought that would even be on the list. Yeah, most of the guys who are doing makeup, I don't think that they're doing it for the women. I don't think that women are their thing. So I think that this is a problem that solves itself. If they don't find it attractive, I don't think that the men who are doing it care if they find it attractive or not. I don't know if they're trying to attract the women. It's not even a hobby.
I mean, yeah. Okay, what's number 9? Crypto.
Crypto.
Ooh.
Bro, what's wrong with crypto? There's nothing wrong with what's wrong with I guess now it has become kind of weird. Crypto has become kind of weird. But if a man owns a Bitcoin and he got it in 2013, he'd be rolling in dough right now. What would be wrong with a guy that's into crypto? I don't understand. I do think it's funny though, how like part of what crypto, it was like a bunch of edgelords, a bunch of edgy bros trying to get in early on this thing that they thought would be revolutionary because essentially it could be used for criminal activity, or at least the government couldn't detect it, even if it wasn't used for criminal activity. And now that everybody's super invested in it, people want it to go like global. People want it to be centralized. People want the government to adopt it as a form of currency now. So I think that it was a huge flip-flop what happened, and it was because people want to make money from it. But I just think that that's interesting. I don't what's wrong with a guy who has a Bitcoin? What's wrong with that?
Dude, I am all about blockchain. Like the idea behind it, I'm into it, dude. Decentralized stuff. Keep people from taking crap away from you. I'm all about it. But it's not my hobby. It's like one of those things where if it's your job and it's a good job, then that's one thing. But if you are like a sous chef and then you're like, oh, I'm into crypto as my hobby, it's kind of like, all right, I can see how that's unattractive.
Yeah, what is that?
Crypto. Fine.
I guess, the day trading folks. Man, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be some in the comments yelling at me through the screen, but you're screaming into the void because I don't care. I seen a study that said that 95% of people who day trade or like trade often, they lose money within the first year. they're losing money. They're in the negative. Obviously, a lot of people convince themselves that they're still in the positive, but I hear a lot of those types of people lose a lot of money. So I guess if that's your hobby, that would be unattractive.
Buying as a crypto guy, not very attractive. Again, not up to me. This is what the girl said. Number 8, cigars. Cigars as a hobby. I get it. If you're just like smoking Black and Mild constantly, like hanging out the side of your window, 100%, that's super
Well, the Andrew Tate is cooked.
weird. This is an easy thing to not look cool while doing. Are you guys familiar with the Italian term sprezzatura? It's the ease at which you do things. So you can have an outfit, and if you look like you're not comfortable in it, then you don't look cool, but you can take that same outfit and put it in a guy who's like chilling in it.
Yeah, black people call that swag or like drip, you know.
And he's got sprezzatura. It's like chillness, and you look natural doing it. If you look natural smoking a stove, then you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. You look cool, and I don't care who tells me different. The Governator looks cool while smoking a stove.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want because I'm a stud.
But as a hobby, like your whole hobby is cigars, that's accurate. Don't smoke anything. Life's hard enough. All right. Number 7. Clubbing.
Yeah, I think that women made this list. I think that women may have just thought about the top 10 things that they think men consider as hobbies. I've never seen a man say clubbing is a hobby. I've never seen that before. But if there are men that consider clubbing to be a hobby and makeup to be a hobby, 2 W's for women definitely on this list. Cigars, I think, should have been replaced with something like vaping. I think a good cigar, if you're chilling with the boys or if it's a celebratory moment, it has its place. But vaping, mint-flavored air, just breathe regular air. And there's a lot of people guilty of it. I am too. I'm guilty of it. Right? Don't get me wrong, but I can't. You got to drop the habit. You got to drop the habit.
Clubbing ain't a hobby, dude.
It's unattractive. For sure.
Lifestyle, dude. I don't necessarily know if like going to a club and dancing is a very unattractive thing. Girls love dancing, and girls love a guy who will go dancing with them. But again, I think these people are imagining that first date, you're sitting across from each other at a restaurant, you're getting to know each other, and it's like, so what are you into? If off the bat some dude is like, I like clubbing, I picture Jersey Shore type guy, you know? A guy who's like, maybe doesn't have their priorities straight. I like clubbing. But that's not to say that going to clubs and dancing, like if this were dancing, I think it would be much more attractive. So what do you like to do? I like dancing. That's something to think about. So what do you like to do? I like clubbing. Ooh. It doesn't have the same ring to it, you know what I mean? Number 6. Marijuana,
huh?
As a hobby? Marijuana is my hobby. What are you into? Marijuana. It could potentially enhance your hobbies.
Right.
Going to a movie, smoking a J, cooking after smoking a J.
Right.
You know, like it used to be kind of like an outlaw thing and allowed you to be sort of a rebellious person. But now that it's legal, it's just like drinking. It's like being into drinking.
Yes, bro, and it attracts some really odd people. Like when Colorado legalized weed, I was around there kind of during that time. I was playing rugby for the USA national side, so I was around that time where a lot of people were migrating from California to Colorado, and Colorado very quickly just became California, but instead of with beaches, they had mountains. So it would be a bunch of people wearing like hiking boots and talk about astrology, but they don't ever really hike. And all they do is sit around and smoke weed, and they get tattoos of mountains to act like they're like mountain people now. But they were really from like California or other places in the U.S., but they wanted more of a California vibe, but just with mountains instead of beaches. And the marijuana people get mad because anytime you talk about it, they go, well, drinking's worse. And it's like, yeah, that's all. That 2 things can be true at once. But marijuana can definitely make you lazy. Some people say it's not addictive, but I've seen people literally lose opportunity. That's how I gauge addictive. If you lose opportunities in your life because you can't stop doing the thing, That's a big problem. And I know people who I've competed with lose their scholarships and lose their ability to compete in sports on the international level because they couldn't stop doing marijuana. So yeah, it's one of those things. And everybody who does it thinks that it doesn't make them lazy and that there isn't any repercussions for it. I'm like, it definitely can make you lazy, and you're not Joe Rogan.
Hey, what's your hobby? Oh, I like drinking. It's like, yo, okay, this will be our last date. Again, to each their own, but as a hobby, just my opinion, and 840 women. The number 5 least attractive hobby that a man can have according to women is Funko. The first brand name on the list.
What's that?
Collecting little things with big heads is the number 5 least attractive thing that a man can do as a hobby, according to women.
Yeah, women have always hated men who collected things. I remember when we were younger, it was nerdy to collect Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Any type of character, Star Trek. Yeah, a lot of ladies don't find nerding out to be attractive.
I'm surprised that it's above marijuana. I'm surprised it's above cigars. I'm surprised it's above makeup. I wonder if this one is associated with the other things that it suggests that you like.
So this is in order from most to least? So they're telling me that makeup, a man who does makeup is more attractive than a man who collects Funko Pops? That's crazy.
Funko suggests I like entertainment stuff so much that I have created an entirely new hobby just to show people who come to my house how much I like that stuff. And while I'm not one to judge, I could see how a woman walking into your house and seeing your wall of Walter White dolls might be like, I don't know if I want this guy to be the dad of my kids. Dude, but like anything in moderation is totally reasonable. I have little toys hidden all over my house. So there's like Hot Wheels here. There's a tiny little Paul Walker above a door frame watching over us, blessing us. There's a Takume Fujiwara hidden somewhere.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
I'm taking everything.
Oh, no. I'm doomed.
Don't let this happen to you. I'm excited to announce a special discount from our safest sponsor, Simply Safe Home Security. For a limited time, we've partnered with Simply Safe to bring you an exclusive 60% discount on a new home security system. The problem with old school systems is that they only trigger after someone breaks in, giving them time to grab valuables and get up to no good. But with Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection, crime can be stopped before it happens. Monitoring agents react in real time to suspicious individuals approaching your home. They can see and speak to them, trigger alarms and spotlights, or even call the police all before the break-in happens.
Hey, get the hell out of there!
Gotta let the app play.
And Simply Safe's AI tech can identify familiar faces, so no annoying false alarms. ActiveGuard integrates with the full home security system, including smart locks, sensors, and cameras. We're talking 2 walls of protection now, baby. You can arm and disarm the system, view camera feeds, and completely control your system from the app anytime, anywhere. Simply Safe doesn't require any long-term contracts, and monitoring plans are affordable, starting at around $1 a day with no hidden fees. You can install it yourself, or you can get it professionally installed. It was ranked in the best home security systems of 2024 by U.S. News and World Report and recognized for top customer service by Newsweek and USA Today. And speed watchers can get an exclusive discount on a new system. Save 60% on your Simply Safe security systems when you sign up for a select professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. Visit simplysafe.com/speed to customize yours. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
Number 4. Arguing online. Again, dude. What are you into? I like fighting online. About what?
No, I'm not going to lie. You do have to be a very specific type of guy to be going back and forth with people online. Nobody has ever changed their mind during an argument that they were having online. It's damn near just pointless. It's like a waste of time.
Anything. This is a big thing now. The debate thing.
Tell him to debate me. Tell him to debate me. You would never debate me.
That is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. And I did speech and debate in high school. It could be argued that this is a synonym for Reddit. Again, I like Reddit. I think Reddit is one of the best platforms.
I was thinking more of like arguing in the comments. I actually respect debate. It's been something that men have done throughout all of human history. When you go back into like ancient Greece and you see these debate rooms where it'd be people lined up in a huge circle, and then in the middle you'd have two philosophers arguing their perspectives, and they do that for hours, sometimes days. It truly is the arena of thought, and I've always respected debate. So, you know, if they're talking about debating specifically, I view that a little bit differently than I do you just typing online in the comments to somebody who has a differing opinion. Probably a bot, probably somebody from a different country that doesn't even know the culture of this country. Actually, Elon Musk recently exposed this very well. If you look at some of those accounts that are trying to separate people on X, Elon Musk just did an update where you can see where these accounts are coming from. And a lot of them are like Indian accounts, but they're talking about like American politics as if they're American people. And if you looked at it and you're arguing with them, you may assume that they're an American person, but really they're just trying to farm engagement dollars on Twitter or on X. So I just thought that was a really interesting thing. So yeah, usually you're arguing and going back and forth with people that aren't even really worth your time. And if you actually seen those people, you wouldn't even feel like it was worth it to argue with them.
On the internet, one of the few bastions of what I think the internet should kind of look like is Reddit. But my hobby is not arguing with other people on Reddit. I'm not damning the things. It's if it's your hobby. I will admit that I did argue with a few people when we uploaded our first few videos.
Yeah, everybody's always guilty a little bit, right? But you really gotta, at some point, sometimes you'll type something out and be like, what's the point of this? And then you just delete it. And then you go, this isn't worth my time. And then you go do something else and you forget about it. So it really was pointless the whole time.
Argued with a couple guys. I don't know if I argued with them. I just got them. You know? But that's how guys who argue online probably think too. It's like, I'm not arguing, I'm getting them. That's what a lawyer does. I like arguing in person. That's not a hobby though. That's a job. He's getting paid for it, so it makes it better. Yeah, that seems like a number 4. Makes me really excited for 1 through 3. All right, number 3. Poor.
Oh.
Being poor? Oh, but Jesse didn't want to write it. We might get demonetized if we write poor. Should I say corn?
I think that there are a lot of ladies who have decided to start doing OnlyFans, and I think the men would agree on the female side that this is probably one of the least attractive hobbies a woman could do too.
That's what they do on TikTok. All right. Corn.
I don't know who would consider that a hobby.
Get help.
Yeah.
And if that is your hobby and just like right out of the gate, you're like, this is what I'm about. Kudos to you for bravery. Much better to just come out with it and admit stuff and be about it than to bury it. This one's real tricky, dude. This one's real tricky. If it's your hobby, you know, I'm not a guy who's like, dude, don't goon. I'm too old for that. All right, dude, as a hobby, I think in general, if that's your hobby, I don't know if that's healthy.
Yeah.
Number 3 least attractive hobby a guy can have is any sort.
Yeah, I think that women made these up. I don't know any men who consider any of these hobbies. Maybe the Funko Pops. Cigars can be something you nerd out about. That is something that some people are very interested in. And when you're able to nerd out about that topic, I actually respect it. I love getting into the nuance of conversations with people who are really interested in a topic I don't know much about. I am a curious person. But outside of those two things, maybe the marijuana thing, is that still going on where you're growing strands in your closet, doing that kind of stuff? I don't know, but all these other things, I don't know if men even consider these to be hobbies, so it just seems like women were making this stuff up off the top of their heads. I wonder if they had a list of things that they could choose from, because this doesn't even make any sense. I thought video games and anime were going to be like number 1 and 2. I guess we still have time. Let's see.
Number 2.
Video games.
Gambling. No surprise here.
Yeah, as of late, I have seen a lot of guys turn this into an actual hobby, where it's an obsession. They always think that they're in the positive. They're going in, they're looking up the stats, trying to figure out how they can beat the system in the next game for their parlays. They're really deeply involved. They're watching videos on other people's picks for the next week and things like that. I have seen gambling become a serious issue in this country, definitely. Gambling is deadly, and it's more accessible to young men than ever. Young men who are having financial struggles right now and probably don't need access to a get rich quick idea like gambling on your cell phone. It's
this is one of the ones
bad.
that I saw when we first found this list, and I asked Riley if it was accurate, and she was like, well, it depends if you win. I'm just trying to put myself in the head of the people who took the survey, and I think, oh yeah, that would be unattractive for a guy to just be like, oh, babe, let me hold $4,000. Let me hold another 4K, babe. Like, let me hold another 4K, babe. I could totally see as a potential partner, if you're looking to have a life with someone, to build an empire together, I could totally see how gambling is a hobby that puts that at risk. Like, it's going to take a lot of Funkos to lose the house. You know what I mean? Like, gambling, you could do it in a hand. You could put it all on black and be like, yeah, well, hey, remember how we've been working towards a future? Yeah, we're not doing that no more. But if you let me hold 4K, I think I can get it back. And then some. Not surprising. All right. We are now at the number 1 least attractive hobby that a man can have according to women. I really don't have any idea what it is. Heroin? Get a little.
Right, at this point, it could be anything.
Caffeine.
If marijuana's on there, why isn't heroin on there? That's probably a little bit more problematic.
Least attractive hobby that a man can have according to women is
Oh no.
manosphere. Is that
no.
like guys on the internet?
It's funny though, because I literally ran into 2 people this weekend that recognized me, and both of them were black men, and both of them had women with them. Actually, 9 out of the 10 times, I've actually only been approached by one guy that didn't have a woman with him. Every other man that I talked to, or every other man that came up to me and said, oh, I recognize you from your content, they had women with them, which is something that I always thought was interesting. So yeah, I guess it's the most unattractive thing, right? But here's the issue. I don't think most men consider this to be a hobby. I don't think that most men consider almost everything on that list to be a hobby. I don't think people go like, my hobby is manosphere, or like if somebody was asked their hobby, they would say, it doesn't even sound right, manosphere as a hobby. What does that even mean?
Stop standing like a nerd.
Don't be a balanced broke.
Six-pack abs.
When you live life chasing your balance, you get
you're going to have a hard time replacing
and we're average.
I mean, what do I have to say about this? 98% of our audience is male, and a lot of them are young men. And I do acknowledge that there are specific challenges and hardships that young men have to deal with, and I don't know if they are currently given the amount of attention that I think they should. But like, I think that like this just preys on that fact and is sort of a perverse, nerdy way of handling that stuff. So I don't know. One of the reasons we started this,
I actually didn't expect manosphere to be on this list. I'm not gonna go all the way in because I don't want to do a thing. This is not supposed to be what the video is about.
And more I want to like have those conversations with you guys and help you navigate some of those things in ways that like I either did or didn't have people to help me navigate those things when I was younger. So yeah. Luckily, they are attracted to some stuff, though, huh, guys?
Well, yeah. Well,
we are here, guys.
Okay,
there
most
is
attractive.
hope. No, I'm not just telling you what's wrong.
Well, I think the manosphere thing, I don't think that most men would consider that to be a hobby, but young men actually have real grievances, and they have laws on the books that are set up specifically against them. So they really do have actual grievances for things that they should be concerned about in the future. There are bad trends going on in our current social climate, and if they continue, it could mean the destruction or the end of the country as we know it, for sure. Something obviously will replace it. Usually things don't just burn to the ground, so there's going to be some version of something that replaces it. But at the current trajectory, yeah, if things aren't changed on a social scale in America, it's not going to exist as we know it anymore. And I don't even think it's going to take very long, maybe 25, 50 more years.
I'm giving you some stuff that might attract the opposite sex.
All right.
Number 5, most attractive hobby a man can have
Cooking.
according to women
Cooking.
is
Woodworking. Let's go, baby. I said carpentry, right? Close enough. Close enough.
Dude, this is like Again, everyone was given a list and they had to be like, okay, yeah, that would be attractive if someone did that. Like, of course, woodwork, like working with wood, a super attractive thing. Nick Offerman, woodworks. Number 4, cooking.
Cooking.
I totally get this. It's attractive to be able to feed your mate.
I wonder what else is going to be on the list, though.
Dude, cooking is so attractive. I just read 2 Anthony Bourdain books, and I was thinking, Anthony Bourdain is so known. The Bear. Oh, girls love The Bear. We're all buying expensive white t-shirts because of this guy. Matty Matheson, not a traditionally attractive man, but he's got zaddy status because the Mohawk knows how to cook. This one makes sense. If anything, I'm surprised it's at number 4. Makes me salivate for number 3. Number 3, most attractive hobby according to women. Playing instruments.
Playing instruments. That's good.
Jealousy's bubbling up a little bit. I think this is a best case scenario, worst case scenario. And quite honestly, I'm surprised that cooking is not above playing instruments. I think when someone sees, oh, playing an instrument, they're thinking John Mayer. They're thinking this guy's going to doodle on a guitar and he's going to Dominic Fike me a song like I'm in Euphoria.
Yeah, I think a lot of these things that the women are saying, they're imagining guys who are really good at it. They're imagining Gordon Ramsay when they say cooking. And when they say manosphere, they're imagining a mouth breather that doesn't actually get women. Because traditionally speaking, like in the real world, most people who do everything isn't attractive. So I assume they're imagining an attractive guy doing these things. I think some of the things on the other list, if an attractive guy did those things, they would consider it to be less attractive. Versus if an attractive guy did these things, they may consider him to be more attractive. But I think the base is expecting the guy from the beginning to already be considered to be attractive in their eyes because they would never really even consider guys unless they find them to some degree attractive. If a guy is really talented at a lot of the things that are on the attractive list, I'm sure that would definitely help them a lot.
Or something. But guess what else is an instrument? The trumpet.
Yeah.
Guess what else?
The harmonica. The tambourine.
The instrument. The tuba. I'm not saying those are unattractive instruments to play, but a guy who's good at guitar, 100% attractive. A guy who's bad at the violin, maybe not.
Right.
Being bad at an instrument quickly goes from being...
Right. They're assuming that they're good at all of these things, right? They're assuming that they're thinking of the perfect, nice, good physique guy with a nice body and a nice face playing an instrument for them or cooking for them or building them something. So it's like all servitude type like hobbies. And I think that that's how they're imagining it.
Very cool to being annoying and douchey. Number 2, foreign languages.
Foreign languages, okay.
It's more of a thing than a hobby, isn't it? And I think we're getting into like Twilight novel arena of women imagining men that don't exist.
Yeah.
This is the first one that I'm like, all right. Okay,
red flag.
You're getting fooled. If some guy's like, oh yeah, like my hobby is learning foreign languages, he's trying to appear like he is something that he probably is not.
Right.
Sorry, ladies, that guy does not exist. Unless you're Xiaoma NYC, you're probably lying.
Yeah.
Guys, we've made it. We went through all of the non-attractive ones.
I'm so happy he picked that up. I'm so happy he picked up on that type of vibe because I was getting the same thing from a lot of these. I'm like, man, I think y'all got a lot of stuff going on in y'all head where y'all imagining the guy that you think is attractive doing these things for you or being involved in these things. And most dudes...
Gone through a bunch of the attractive ones. We finally reached the number 1 most attractive hobby a man can have according to women. If you do this, you're probably doing
Mr.
okay,
Bitches.
Gentlemen.
You're Mr. Bitches.
And if you don't do it, maybe you should pick it up. Number 1 most attractive hobby
gonna be
that
something
a man
so
can have
stupid.
according to women is looking on Facebook Marketplace at old Japanese cars that are broken. All right, for real though, the number 1 most attractive hobby that a man can have according to women is reading. Dude, this one's free. You ever heard of a library? This one's awesome. This one's easy. Easier than woodworking. Definitely easier than cooking. Cooking's a good one, though. Playing instrument, definitely easier than playing it. We can all do it. We just got to do it. Should I start sharing books that I'm reading with you
Well,
guys?
yeah, choosing not to read is like just like not being able to read.
Book club? Should we do that? Should we start a Discord? Are we becoming best friends right now? Dudes, if you can prove to me that you read 16 books by my birthday, March 19th, I will buy you a pizza. I'll do it, dude.
You know, it's very interesting because I think that women are saying these things are less attractive versus more attractive, but I could see a woman going for a man that actually has more of the less attractive hobbies. Probably not the makeup, but when you talk about clubbing, I think a lot of women meet the guys that they hook up with or that they end up dating at clubs nowadays. I think that's just or on social media. But at the end of it, I do think that a lot of this comes down to an attractive guy doing these things. Like, if an attractive guy liked the manosphere content, he would be deemed as less attractive by women. I think it's all performative. But either way, though, this was interesting. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or a L, and give me the HBO special. That's out, brother. I'll especially the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.